Okay, ma'am. Started. Go. Right.
So, Najla ma'am and Vidhu ma'am, you can start, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Very good evening.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening to everyone who joined today.
Evening,
Good evening, ma'am. Good evening, all.
ma'am. Good evening, all.
So, we are here to conduct a webinar on the topic how to maintain mental health and well-being during this pandemic. So, before that, come Husna ma'am for the prayer.
Husna ma'am connecting.
Yes.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, Husna ma'am.
You can start.
Okay, ma'am.
Please stand up, everyone, and
Bless me, God bless me always. I am your little baby, please protect me. You are my papa, you are my mama, you are my world as well. Pat me always, hug me always, with your invisible hand. I can see you in a rainfall, I can see you in wind. I can't touch you, but I feel you always in my life. Thank you.
Thank you, Husna ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for the prayer.
thank you, Husna ma'am.
Knowledge is power. Power is wisdom, and wisdom is understanding. Today, we are here to conduct a webinar of topic how to maintain mental health and well-being during pandemic. We are the students of 27th batch of Ncdc and our talented motivator SHERIN ma'am. We have 20 members and we are coordinating this webinar. Thanks to Ncdc and faculties for giving such a great opportunity to us. Vidhu ma'am.
Yes. So here's a short video about an institution. So let's start. Najla ma'am. Sajna ma'am is here.
Yes, ma'am.
Rajna ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
essay puzzle, and so many more activities. And all these activities has boosted my thinking capacity. It improves my vocabulary and it helps me to think faster. And not only that, we are trained to face any interview, and we are trained even to be an interviewer. We are trained to participate in any group discussion and panel discussion, in group debate, and
Our
so many
excellence
public
is
meetings.
refined by top-notch and
This
certified
BEE,
quality
Papa is
standards.
English, has also give us the confidence to be an anchor, to be a commander in sports, to anchor in any live show, in any reality show. And not only that, it also gives us the confidence to face whatever is coming in our way. In every situation, it gives us the knowledge and the method to respond in a positive way. So I have boosted my confidence through this BEE, Papa is English, and now I can boldly say, I can happily say that now I am ready to face any interview in future. And I'm also ready to participate in any group discussion, public meeting, panel discussion, and so many more which is coming in my way. So I'm so thankful to Papa Alexander sir. And lastly but not the least, I want to thank my faculty, SHERIN M, who is very energetic, who is very charming, very smart, and very inspiring. So through SHERIN M's help and guidance, we can complete this 50 class of BEE, and with her guidance and with her encouragement, we are now confident. We are now ready to fly. So thank you so much.
मैं NCDC पाठ्यक्रम में अपनी यात्रा के बारे में साझा करने जा रहा हूँ। मैं अंग्रेजी माध्यम स्कूल में पढ़ता हूँ। मैं दायरा प्रवाह अंग्रेजी में बात नहीं कर पा रहा था, और जब भी मुझे दूसरे के सामने कोई कार्यक्रम करने का मौका मिलता है तो मुझे मन से डर लगाता रहा था। इसलिए इस कक्षा में शामिल होने के बाद मैं एक गृहिणी से एक शिक्षक के रूप में बहुत कुछ बदला है। इसलिए मैं NCDC का हिस्सा बनकर खुश हूँ। थैंक यू।
Hi all, I'm Deepika, a training teacher from Ncdc Alva Center. I joined Ncdc family last year for an online course of the Ncdc. Even though it's an online course, I never felt like that because each classroom was really lively. This course has really helped me a lot. It has helped me to improve my language skills, my creativity, and my aesthetic sense. Here we get a chance to express our talents, and so it has helped me to overcome my shyness. In short, it has helped me to improve my confidence level. I think this is a really good platform for all ladies. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Deepika. I'm from Ncdc Alva Center. So today I would like to share my experiences from this course. I'm very satisfied in this course. First of all, it's a great honor to be part of this special course. I think I joined in this course on September. I chose the Diploma in International Montessori TPC. About this course, I learned a lot of new things from this course. For example, law of attraction, child psychology, importance of teachers and children, how we can handle the problems of children, etc. So this is a wonderful experience in my life for learning such topics from this course. And this is a wonderful platform for me to showing my inner talents. And in the case of English language, it's a tough job for me to speak in English fluently before joining this course. I think I have improved to some extent. So I would like to thank my dear faculty teacher Vidhu ma'am, and what can I say? I really enjoyed her class very well, especially spoken English class. It improved my communication skills very well. So thank you Bindu ma'am for your great support, and thank you NCDC for giving such a wonderful chance for me to sharing my experiences. Thank you.
We provide different courses to ladies without any age limit. The courses are Certificate in International Preschool Education, Certificate in International Montessori Education, Diploma in International Montessori Education, Advanced Diploma in International Montessori Education, Postgraduate Diploma in International Montessori Education.
Wow, that's a wonderful video.
Oh,
Thank you.
So now it's time to welcome Anandi ma'am for welcome speech.
Evening to one and all present here. On behalf of NCDC family, it gives me great pleasure to welcome you all here in this evening. It's heartwarming to see you all gathered here today. It is an honor to share this happiest event by introducing our Honorable Baba Alexander Sir, who is the founder secretary of National Child Development Council, a leader of national NGO working for welfare of women, children, and child education. He had developed and promoted unique methodology of language education and child education, and the world started to implement it. So, on behalf of Rising Twins, that is our very favorite and then a very smart Bindu ma'am, SHERIN ma'am, Rinsi ma'am, and Kartika ma'am, here we have organized this online webinar. I happily welcome our senior faculties and all the members in NCDC family and all the participants. I would like to make a quote. There will always be a reason why you meet people. Either you need them to change your life, or you are the one who helps to change their life. So now we are going to meet a very beautiful, charming, and intelligent woman. I would like to introduce today's presenter, respected Srimonti Guha ma'am, a psychology educator at Riverside School of Gujarat. Welcome, ma'am.
Welcome, ma'am.
So today's topic is
welcome, ma'am.
How to maintain mental health and well-being during pandemic. So when I want to know about you, ma'am, I gone through LinkedIn. In that you have mentioned that I always had the urge to learn more and give back to the society. It was really appreciable and admirable, ma'am. I hope we have the right person here and also the right small group from the society to know more about mental health and well-being in this pandemic situation. So once again, a very warm welcome to you, ma'am. Here is your stage. Please take your session, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. So, firstly, thank you so much for this wonderful introduction, and it's a pleasure to be here amongst all of you, just to share what I have been going through also, because it's not been, I think, not even 20 days that I have recovered from COVID. So I think this was the best time that I again get back to my tracks and start sharing, because till last year when I was having sessions, I was just sharing, hearing it from others, what they're going through from my clients. But when you get your first-hand experience, you realize like what you actually went through, and what are the nitty-gritties that you are facing, and how you can face those small things, like the way the theme says, like how to maintain the mental well-being. So just taking in from what you said, what you mentioned at the end about people, right? That how it is so important, because some people will give you, just taking it from there for the session, how people will help you to either grow or fall down. So that's a very magical thing about human beings, right? There are few people who will be pushing you to do the best, and there will be people who will be speaking about you behind your back. Now it's completely up to you which one do you take, and which one do you take into your heart, and don't choose not to move forward or move forward for your own holistic well-being. So when I was asked to do this, the first thing which came in my mind was the entire journey that a person goes through during those 14 days. And we say, okay, fine, we are all in this together, we are fighting together. But to be very frank and honest, like, we are all fighting our own battles also, right? And what is happening, we are saying we are working as a community, but only when we are fighting as individuals, then we can work as a community together to fight as a bigger picture. But what happens in our day-to-day life, we stop fighting our own battles because so much we are focused on how others will feel, how others are doing, that we forget that what we want also, like what is making me happy. Am I happy during this pandemic time? For example, when I see my mother working, like she's going to the kitchen, she's a doctor by profession, but I see her working in the kitchen, household chores, then working as a doctor as well. So everything is mixed. So I'm like, when are you spending time for your own self? And that what brings in the entire fact that how we are going in an imbalanced state of mind while maintaining our own physical and mental health and well-being, right? So again, the fact of taking stress, yes, it has been a very tough 1.5 years almost, like since the time we got struck with COVID last year till now. And last year, like, I am a professional psychologist, so I got many clients who were sharing like how they were having marital problems because they never stayed, like, as partners also, we forgot to stay under the same roof and share things with each other. So when all of a sudden everyone had to stay together, it was like Modi ji said, no, bang the utensils and something magical will happen. It was something like that. The utensils were going on banging and it was creating too much of chaos in the households. So when they came into me, when they came for the session to me, they asked, ma'am, we had a love marriage and everything was going fine. Then what? Then what happened? Like, I don't know what went wrong and what happened. So that's the only thing. I'm like, are you having that kind of conversation with your partner? And or are you just arguing? Is it that you're making your points clear? Are you being transparent in your relationship and your understanding that, okay, fine, this is a time of crisis, just not for you or me, but for everyone. So are we going to be there as a support system, or we are going to argue and fight and sleep with empty stomach or in an angry mind? So then they started working on it, being more clear with their conversations. Because again, as I said, that we are all going through the same phase, right? We are all going through tough times. Even if you take Ambani to the rickshawala who is driving the rickshaw or riding the rickshaw, we are all going through the same. Just the gravity is for someone very high and for someone it's very low. But at the end, we are all facing some kind of problem. So, and we are going through that emotionally. Emotionally, it is also very, very, very crucial that we are trying to identify what is creating the negative emotions for our own self. So when we talk about how to maintain our physical and mental well-being during this, I'm not just talking about parents, I'm not just talking about teachers, psychologists, but for everyone in general, because I felt this was a good opportunity where we can reach out to as many people as to what are the basic things that you can do to maintain your mental health and well-being. So there is a very, very famous thing in stress. So there is something called the eustress and the distress. Eustress is the positive stress. Okay. So the stress, for example, you are the students also, and you work as professionals. So, so when you go to give the exam, you are having a eustress. Like, if I don't do well, I'm not going to get good marks. I have to do well. So there is that urge to do well, which is pushing you to do well. But what happens when you take extreme level of stress, that causes distress to you. So when something is causing distress to you, that will bring you emotionally down. And what did this pandemic do? It was not causing any positive stress to anyone. It was causing distress to people. And because people were not able to identify what was causing the distress, that caused in more negative impacts and influences, just not in the household, but in the daily interaction. So when I was deciding, even I related it when I was suffering from COVID, what happened was, the very basic thing that I did was I started focusing on my breathing. I realized, like, when I was taking a session, in between COVID also, I was taking sessions. And I realized that sometimes when I was hearing those things from my clients, I had a very increased breath. and I was sweating, and it was nothing. Like, I did not have fever. It was just the regular symptoms. I was on medication, but I felt that there was kind of anxiety that was building up inside me. So I started having focused concentration on my breath. When I started doing that, what was happening in return was I was able to calm myself down. If you see, if you're in a stressful situation, you breathe very heavily. You go on like having panting breath, and your heartbeat increases. So if you focus on your breathing, it will help you to calm yourself down. So that is a very important strategy that everyone should follow, as just not because you're in a pandemic situation, but any kind of stressful situation. So the second thing that plays a very important role is that, see, because we have been shifted out from a daily routine. For example, I'm a teacher. I used to go to school. You are also like professionals. You also go to a particular campus, did your work, came back. It was a healthy thing where we are interacting, meeting people, and 24 hours mein, one day we find that we have to all go online. Obviously, it was not a very easy change for any one of us. It was not something like, we are used to and it's fine. So we had to adapt to that change. But we did not get enough time to adapt to that change, right? We just went online out of nowhere. All of a sudden, everything, like even going to the market, became a thought process. Like 2 times we had to think, okay, should we go, should we don't go, should we order at home? It's okay, big basket hai, sab kuch hai, it's okay, everything is going to be fine. So those kind of things. So even if you wanted to step out of your house and go till the colony which is next to you, you were thinking some 5 times, which never happened. But gradually, if you see, we adapted to it. Who would have imagined that here we will be sitting 27 people and there will be 100 other people on Facebook going through a session or doing a session? But we adapted to it. So it is very necessary to maintain your routine that you used to maintain before. If you used to go for jogging in the morning, go to the terrace, go take a quick jog. If you in the morning used as individuals to maintain, you will just be thinking then, I can't go out. See, the best thing is that even if you can't go out, you have the availability of wearing dresses, clothes, and stay at home and enjoy also. Sometimes we have to use the best or the positive thing of the situation and turn into the negative thing should be turned into positive, and that's how our thinking will change. Because the way we deal with this pandemic, if you think about the evolution, how human beings evolved, right? They did not have anything, but they gradually evolved facing those challenges. So why right now at this particular time, we are feeling that stress, we are feeling that urge that, arey, sab kuch khatam ho gaya, the world is coming to an end, we don't know what to do, and we are stopping there. Why not use these negative things into more positive ones? Number 1, education did not stop. Number 2, people did not stop working. Somewhere or the other, some kind of magic was still happening. Yes, the gravity, the pull decreased, but nothing stopped per se. The doctors did not stop treating, no matter how much they were getting hit, getting beaten up sometimes. As you have heard the news very recently, the teachers did not stop teaching because they were not getting proper salary. That also did not happen. The workers did not stop. Obviously, there were few workers who had to go back home because of the challenge that we were facing, and we felt that human life was more important. But otherwise, the economy might have drooped down, but nothing stopped. And that's the best thing when the community comes together, when the community is ready to fight. So now we can say that, yes, we have evolved from a pandemic situation and we have evolved to something better. Because you never know what comes in, like what comes in after 5 years down the line. Maybe you will be in a completely, you will say that, yes, I fought a pandemic and I know how to survive. So again, like the Darwinian theory, right? Like how it is the survival of the fittest. You are fit, you fight it, you survive. Then come in another thing that it is very necessary at this particular time. I think you have heard everywhere people say that do social distancing. Please maintain social distancing. I have been very against the term social distancing. What do you mean by social distancing? That I will stop calling my friend? like if I'm crying, I'm howling, I'm crying, I'm in a very anxious state, I won't call my friend. So that is social distancing. Here, the term which needs to be used is physical distancing. The term which we have been using from day one was social distancing. Matlab, you stay away from your friend, I am staying away from mine, because we realize that coronavirus spreads through our phone and social media. Let's stop everything. It's not that. But we have to be careful and be physically distant from each other. So again, if you are maintaining social distance, please don't maintain social distance. Talk to your friends regularly. Do a video call, because for me, during those 14 days, I think more than 14 days, that is something which has pushed me to go beyond what I was doing, my sessions with my students. That kept me sane. That kept me in the daily routine, and that helped me to come out more freely and thinking that, no, I am not here in this alone. Yes, I am fighting this alone by myself, but I have the support of 10 other people who is pushing me to come out better. And maybe for a trip we are looking forward to, which might happen someday. But still there is a hope which is there. So, and as human beings, very easy tendency, it is like, the basic thing is that we come out of a routine pattern that we followed. Ha, theek hai, abhi there is no school. I don't have to wake up early. So let's wake up at 11 o'clock, and that spoils your entire routine. If you understand, if you get up late in the morning as compared to your normal schedule, already you have lost a lot of time to do the things which you would love to do. And among this time, specifically, it goes to the mothers, it goes to all the women out there, it goes to everyone, and also the male people. I'm not trying to discriminate, or I'm not trying to break anything, but I feel everyone should have 1 hour of your own time. Specifically, even the kids, if you have at home, for them also, for you also, and for your partners, significant others, you need that 1 hour time solely, completely for yourself. You want to paint, you want to dance, you want to just chit chat with your friends, you want to read a book, it's okay, do that. But that is something which is necessary. For my mother, it sometimes happened that all of a sudden she got very used to using Facebook and started commenting on my pictures, which usually mothers do when they start exploring Facebook, right? So when she sits next to me, I'm taking session, but she's spending her own time. She looks at different videos, different photographs, and she's commenting. She's also enjoying. So I'm like, fine. So 30 minutes she does that. 30 minutes she watches TV, and that has helped her to come, because both my parents suffered from COVID along with me. So because I gifted it to them, somewhere I feel that, and it was a very generous gift that I gave to them. So I realized my father was also doing things which he loves, listening to music and things, where he was also taking his own time. And now what they do is they also follow the same routine on a daily basis, because it is very necessary that you pause, you stop, you don't have to interact with anyone. Just spend time with your own self. Introspect, reflect that what is happening with you, what is causing you stress. If there is something which is causing you stress consistently, see that matter what is causing you stress. And then you will be able to get a solution out of it. But for that, you have to give a lot that time and say that, okay, fine, I feel that every day getting up early in the morning at 6 o'clock and cooking for everyone is causing me stress. From tomorrow, let's get up at 7 o'clock and let's do that. It's okay, 1 hour I'll give to myself. So when you start realizing that, you are at much better health for yourself, just not psychologically, but physically as well. You don't have to hurry saying that raat ko itne baje soye, morning get up and have to rush. The entire fact of rush, we are always rushing. We are always rushing to achieve something. We are always rushing. I finished my 10th board exam. I rushed to achieve my 12th board exam. 12th board exam finished, I rushed for college. We have stopped giving importance to the smallest things also. Yes, that is necessary. But is rushing necessary for everything? I don't think so. It's not necessary to rush. It's not necessary. No, then we could have rushed and finished pandemic completely. We couldn't, right? When we tried to rush, Mr. Modi sent off all the vaccines to other countries, and now we have to buy vaccines. So that happens when we are rushing towards things. And the worst thing is that when we are rushing, majority of the time, we take wrong decisions. So it's very important that you pause, you slow down, you enjoy the moments. Again, it was very difficult for me when I started off with my practice as a psychologist. Obviously, I used to get a lot of clients and I used to feel very exhausted at the end of the day, because you know in psychology that the information have to be kept confidential. I can't share it with anyone, right? So I used to have some kind of stress, but then I paused. I thought, I took a decision that no, I will go one by one into it and I will sort it. I don't have to rush and like change everyone and say that everyone's problem is solved. But if I even make a difference to 2 other people, that will help me out. And that's the same thing that you should do in situations like this. Pause, question yourself, understand yourself, have a conversation with someone whom you feel that, yes, can relate with you, and then make the difference to happen, which will again help you to balance yourself during specifically, I'm just talking about specifically right now at this point of time. One more thing that I would say is like, please, it's a request rather, please limit your consumption of watching news. The more you watch news, the more you feel like, okay, fine, I think tomorrow I have got COVID. And what happens when, as you see the news, no, you feel you are also getting the symptoms. And you are like, okay, fine, am I this? And then you start taking vapor like anything. And you are like, no, I have to be away from this. Stop watching news in a daily basis. If you have to watch something, if you are a news, like a person who is very addicted to watching news, I would say go to a reliable website, find some information which will help you to calm yourself down. Because this is a period where everyone is very stressed. So instead of facing or taking in more stress, I would say do things which are more calming down. One thing is that eradicate news from your daily life. Because half of the things during COVID, I am serious when I say this, my dad is like a news addict. And always it is going on like how many people have died somewhere. And next moment I feel I am going to die. And I'm like, no, I just had mild COVID. It's okay. So I kept on telling dad that I'm like, see, there are so many things. Even if the singers of Indian Idol can't sing, just listen to them. It's okay. And enjoy the fact that there are so many other good things are happening as well across the world. Because when we face our adversity, no, we keep focusing there. Kuch problem hua, we keep focusing on that. We don't see what is there in and around, which is probably more positive and can help me to have a positive mindset. The second thing is that, yes, obviously, I think all of you are, majority of you, I won't say all of you, that's again a generalization. Majority of you use Facebook or Instagram. Try again not to, because in between when this plasma thing came, right? And once something gets highlighted on Facebook or Instagram, you will see it gets banned completely. Now plasma donation has been banned completely because people have been harrowing like other people for plasma and things like that, and those create a kind of tension in your head also. That should I have to have a second group of cylinders ready if something goes wrong? Should I need to be prepared if something goes wrong? Might be nothing is, you're very safe in a very safe situation, but still there will be 100 thoughts which will kind of clog your daily routine activity, because you will keep thinking on that news and you will keep lingering on it. Yes, very good. You spend 15 minutes on social media, you come out from it, do your work, rather do work which is more activity based. For example, if you like to do stitching, go ahead, do stitching. If you like singing, go ahead, do singing. If you like reading a book, plan your day out that, okay, fine, I am going to read 20 pages of this storybook no matter what. So do things which are more practical, more hands-on, which will kind of help you to come out from the thought process that is lingering in your head. Right? And that will help you. Say, an idle mind is a devil's advocate, we all know. The more you sit idle, the more you keep seeing those news on social media or news channels, it will bother you. And that is by default, because that's how that human brain is channelized. If there is something, I will keep on thinking about it until I think to that level where I know my blood pressure has also gone high. My hair is also turning gray and I am completely going mad thinking about it. Okay. And another thing is that please do some self-care. Manicure, pedicure. I know majority of the people who are here right now are women. So I would say that again for men also, Go do a facial by yourself. I'm not asking you to go out, okay? Please, everyone, I'm not asking you to go out. Do something like get dahi, turmeric powder, put on your face, keep it, relax and enjoy. Some self-care rituals is necessary for you to feel fresh. Nothing at all. If you take that time, no, 10 minutes. Every day, spend 10 minutes before you take bath and spend that time, you will feel you are feeling relaxed. You are feeling fresh. Again, that's how we are. Even the psychologists, everywhere you will hear that the same thing. People are saying that it is very necessary right now to take care of yourself. Like the way in the aeroplane, they say, no, first put your mask to yourself and then help someone else. They don't say, please help someone else and then put the mask on you. It's the same thing. You have to take care of yourself. Then only you will be able to take care of your family, your close ones, and you can call others and say that, okay, fine. Are you fine? Because I am fine. Because if you call someone else and tell that, okay, fine, you know what? I'm also getting stressed. You are getting stressed. Let's get stressed together. That won't bring into a solution. But if you become more comfort in your approach, saying that, no, I am doing fine. I think, what are you facing? Then you also get that hearing ear that it's okay. We are all there again, but I am there to listen to you. It's not that I'm ready always to give you advice, but I am there to listen to you because we are all sailing on the same boat, and I will help you out in something just by being there with you. Because remember, there is one saying that we always say, it's okay not to be okay. No one has said that you always have to be okay, always have to be fit and fine, always have to be on toe and always helping everyone. It's okay if you are still not okay. If it's okay if you are not at the right space to talk to everyone. It's okay if you want to cry. It's okay if you want to show your anger. Because these are all basic human emotions. And specifically in times like this, when we are stuck in the four walls of our bedroom or house, for example, when we are not able to go out, it's okay to express those emotions. But again, coming to the point, please don't let those emotions suppress the person who you are. Because that will create then a lot of anxiety and stress for yourself. I am asking you to cry doesn't mean that every day then you start crying and say that, okay, fine, this is it. Got it? I'm asking you that when you are feeling it, let that emotion out. Don't suppress it, because you will feel that, okay, fine, my parents might feel sad if they see me cry. It's okay, let them see you cry. Because it is very necessary sometimes to let those emotions out to the others also, so that the others also realize and not take all the situation for granted. Just giving you a very basic example, one of my clients who was suffering again, they were having some marital relationship. Last year, I had got a lot of marital relationship issue cases where there were, I would say that there was not enough of communication, right? The wife wanted something, the husband wanted something. When the wife got angry, husband got double angry. So it was like a competition of power. Remember one thing, in a relationship, doesn't matter whether you're a husband, wife, whether you are sisters, whether you are parents, whether you are kids. It's not a matter of power. It's not that how older one is to another, or how loud I can shout in front of someone else. But it's about that understanding and the balance between the communication that brings in the essence of a relationship. Yes, obviously, I might be angry and upset with my father and I might not talk to him. But next day, I know that, okay, fine, it's again a fresh day. You can take your time. So coming back to the entire factor, take your time. You are allowed to have emotions which are sometimes negative as well. Don't always think that because I am angry, that means everything is negative and I am a bad human being, etc. Why am I doing like this? No. That's a basic human emotion and you need to express it out to have a more transparent approach in all the communications that you have at this present time. But also remember how grateful we are that we are still able to spend time with our family. Privileged we are that we are sitting together, having a meal together, or just appreciating the fact. So the thing which comes here is the entire fact of gratefulness. You have to, in your houses, I would love if you can practice the entire fact of gratitude, where at the end of the day, you are just thanking each other for just surviving yet another day. And that is where we take things for granted. And that is where there is a divide between the mental and the physical well-being that we follow. If you just say thank you, you are not becoming small. If you're saying sorry, you're not becoming small. You're just becoming little bigger and richer in your heart. And that's what matters specifically during these times. If you feel that you have not spoken to one of your friends for maybe 2 years now, take the phone up, call that person. You had a fight with someone, because I think somewhere I would say that the world has come together, or the universe has come together to kind of say that it's okay where things are completely in chaos, but you need to have that holding hand who will be there. But again, don't be selfish. So that is, and again, don't be selfish with your own self also. Give that time, give that respect to your own self, because that is what we are forgetting on a daily basis. If we are giving the respect to ourselves, if we are giving that time, giving that energy, giving that love to my own self, no, you will see half of the problem is solved. But because we are rushing, we are always running. We all are Milkha Singh. We always run. Let's achieve this. It's okay. Khana ho gaya, lunch ho gaya. Let's think about dinner. Dinner ho gaya. Let's think about tomorrow's breakfast. That we forget to enjoy the daily life that we have. There's so many things that is happening in our daily life. For example, for me, during COVID, the best thing that I have done is making reels. I have been making insane amount of reels on Instagram and sharing it. Maybe I'm not posting it on public, but sharing it with all my friends. So now if I don't send one, they feel that I'm still like, they're like, finally, you're out of COVID. Thank God. Can you make more reels? So I can understand that people look for that small little level of happiness from where they can just laugh out. And when you give that kind of like thing, no, why do we watch reels? Why do we watch different videos? Because sometimes we watch dog videos. Sometimes we watch cat videos. Why? Because it makes us smile. A kid just smiling, a small infant who is born like maybe 2 days back, smiling, and those videos, maybe in our daily life, we wouldn't have even bothered to see. But during these times, we see because it kind of freshens our mind. So just think about the things that make you happy. Do those things, because that will help you to again maintain your well-being. Again, keeping in mind that if your well-being is completely fine, then only you will be able to take care of the others. Because we keep saying, no, I love you more than I do to myself. I love you to the moon and back and whatnot. But if you don't love yourself, you can't love someone else, and to the moon, back, intestine, and I don't know where else, what all places. So you have to first love yourself to the moon and back to love someone else to the sun and other planets. So that's the essence, and that will help you to maintain, again, the fact that how we are maintaining, just not again pandemic. There are stressful situations that you all will face some or the other times. There are various things that is there which you will be facing, and what all you need to do, again, keeping the situation in mind, giving respect and love to yourself more than anything else. The next thing, when I was speaking about, I realized, like, because you have child psychology classes, and you have different varieties, and I know there will be audience who will be thinking that, okay, fine, my child is in grade 2, and my child has been, since the time he has been admitted in a school, he's taking up online classes, and it has created so many differences in our daily life, right? Seeing my students, like, though my students are elder students, I teach psychology to grades 11, 12, and few other subjects. So they are fine, they are used to. But when I go to the classroom of grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, they are getting adjusted, but their parents have to do so much back at home also to just push them to attend those online classes, because that physical touch is missing. Few strategies which I have followed with few of my clients is, like, I have asked the parents to do different worksheets, not worksheets as such, like a worksheet like Khatam Karo Aisa, but make a small playground at home. For example, like, I'm just giving you an example. For example, you make with paper, you put instructions. Today, Ananya is going to have her lunch at the terrace, but Ananya has to go through the treasure hunt to reach the terrace. So in the different corners of the house, you put things, you put reinforcement, which Ananya has to find with the clues that is there, very basic, simple clues. And then she goes to the terrace, and the mother has prepared a lunch table just for Ananya and for her. So you're spending more time with your child doing things which she would have probably done at school. But taking the school things at home to practice. Here, what happens is like parents feel like everything can be done online. But to be very frank, majority of the things that school does, you can replicate the same thing at home. For example, I saw very recent, not very recently, around 6-7 months back. So these kids, they were not going to school, obviously, for a long period of time. They were twins. And the parents decided that they will have a dinner, a fancy dinner at a restaurant. They can't go to restaurant because it's lockdown. So they arranged a candlelight dinner for their kids. The father became the chef and the mother was mainly the waiter with the menu and all. And these two kids were sitting on the dinner, on opposite side of the dinner table. And instead of like they had all the menu, like instead of wine, they had milk bottle. And with the milk, they had some options. Do you want Cerelac? Do you want Lactogen? And then there was food. Then there was dessert. There were three options from which the child has to select. And the parents were bringing it, like giving them a total exposure of how a restaurant. They did not have to go to a restaurant, but they did the same thing at home and they had a wonderful time as family. So all these things, so these are the things that people feel that, okay, fine, online classes, it's all about online classes. It's just not all about online classes. Thank to the Lord that online classes is there, that your child is still getting the education which is needed. Maybe not to the 100% best thing which we would have had physically, but still something is happening and something is always better than nothing. If you want, the best thing is that during this pandemic, I have realized you all have online celebrations. So like, why to wait for birthday to come for an online celebration? For your child, once a week, have a Zoom session where you're celebrating just the fact that they are growing 1 week and how they are progressing. Have all the kids on a Zoom platform, have a small party, have a small potluck. And along with that, the parents can also have a potluck. So it's win-win for everyone. It's not that your child's parents is not my friend, right? I am not enemy to each other. So why not? They also have a Zoom meeting. We also have a Zoom meeting. Everyone is happy. So you will feel that you are also feeling fresh. You are also communicating with others. And it is not letting you just to think of the negative things only. Rather, you're thinking about all the positive things that can happen. And that can be a pro of this present situation. We are so much thinking about the consequences that we forget that how all we can change this negative into something positive. If your child wants to go to the playground and play, create a small mini playground at home. Put the things, if you want your child wants to go for swimming and your child is not like very old, I'm not asking this for a grade 8 kid, but for the smaller kids, have a bucket full of like the tub full of water and just ask him to enjoy. That's what few of my kids from pre-K were doing. They created their own bucket with little here. They had a date night in the sense like they made a camp, small camp with pillows and things with fairy lights and all. And they sat in there and they read books to each other. So these are the times what happens, like the way we are doing this online communication. The kids also need to do just this online thing with each other as a buddy up program. You have a buddy. You share a book. I have a book. I have read a story. So I just come in for 15 minutes. I share the story with my best friend. My best friend shares his story with me. And that's it. That will create the magic. You don't even then have to think about the online classes, like how much time they are on screen, this thing. Every week, if you have specified time like this, your child is also enjoying, you are enjoying. But again, you have to bring in the positive aspect of the situation to the child also, because the children are the most vulnerable at this stage, right? What you as parents try to make them understand, they will understand. If you tell them that, okay, fine, listen, we are going through something bad, but we will overcome it and become better, it will go to them, okay, fine, we are ready to fight. But if you are sad and think that, Arey, ye kya ho gaya? What is this happening? We don't know when this pandemic will get over. They will also start feeling the same thing and resonate the same thing. Because remember always that the child models you. The child imitates you. How you will do, your child will imitate that same behavior. If you're angry at home, your child will also get agitated. But if you're always happy, they will be like, okay, fine, mama is always happy. Dad is always happy. What is this thing going on? I know you will be suffering from a lot of frustration, anger. But in front of the child, when you are showing that, no, you are taking this situation as positive, they will start taking things positively more and try to do things. You have a surprise for them every day. Make a worksheet and say that, okay, fine, if you fill up this, I am going to cook something amazing for you. It can be just soya bean, but still it will be something amazing and a surprise for the child. So that's how your everyday life, you need to make it more magical, just not again for anyone else, but for your own self. But for that, you have to first take care of yourself. Again, these kids are facing because they are not able to go out. Don't let the thought process clog. Don't let the thought process clog of this kids saying that, okay, fine, because they can't go out, this thing. They can quickly go to the terrace, quickly find an open space, do little skipping, jumping, for which the kids are, it is necessary for the kids also to get exposure from the sun at least 1 hour each day to keep themselves fresh. It is very necessary that they expose themselves, and you as parents also expose themselves, maybe doing small exercise, put on the music, let them dance, let them do anything that they want. But it is very necessary, you individuals and your kids should get exposure to the sun, especially because we are not going out, right? And hence our body, the materials that our body require to have a healthy growth, it is not getting it. So these are the few strategies with which you will feel you are fresh, your child is fresh. Just take a 1 hour quick walk, put the headphone on, or talk to your significant others, talk to your child, take a quick 30 minutes walk, come down, you will feel fresh. Do things like, for example, dancing, as I said, dancing, interacting with people, but again, expose yourself to good things more. Instead of opening the news, open YouTube, find a Zumba dance and just dance. No one will stop you. No one will throw you out from the house for sure during this period of time, but you have that time. And when your child also sees, no, they also become more hands-on, and they will also do things which are more hands-on and which will keep their mind fresh. Very necessary. I have told my kids also, please make sure that once a week you are meeting up with your friends, catching up, talking, enjoying, because we don't ask them to everyday phone pe baat karo, no. But that once a week will be so strong that it will sort your child out for the next 1 week to pep up and look forward to something. Have a Harry Potter quiz made for your children. Let everyone play together. So there's so many different things that we can do to make things like, too much of negativity is there. We know, we already know. Abhi, when we have to die, we have to die. Though I'm very scared of death, but still I say very proudly, it's okay, whenever it is. But inside, I know that my heartbeat has raised. Like, I know that I don't want to die so soon and not do things, not travel the world. But this, see, if I would have been scared now, I would say, I am very scared to die. You all will be like, we are also very scared. But when you see me, okay, fine, this person is cool, this person is fine, it's okay, it's a regular, it's a reality. The same thing your child will also pick up from you. So the way your facial expressions, gestures, your behavior is, it will impact you also, it will impact your child also. Just to quote that, if you have seen the movie Kal Ho Na Ho, I think all of you might have seen that movie Kal Ho Na Ho, where Shah Rukh Khan, what does Shah Rukh Khan tells Preeti Zinta? Please go and smile. So what does Preeti Zinta does? Preeti Zinta goes to in front of the mirror and just smiles and does nothing, but just smiles blankly. Try that. Try every day. See, it will. So what do they say? That it's called a facial hypothesis. There is a facial hypothesis where if you keep smiling, you will have this. If you keep like this, you will be like this. So every day, if you practice like this, say that, okay, fine, I'm going to smile. No one is smiling now. Only few people are smiling. See, you will have that kind of thing. You see others, you smile back. And that makes a huge amount of difference. I was smiling, you were smiling. I will stay strict and say that, okay, fine, this is my session. I am going to do it. You know what? There are feelings of fear, frustration, anger, and da. You will be like, okay, fine, chill. We did not want an anger session. We want a normal session. But when I start smiling, you will automatically start smiling. That's why they say smile is contagious. And at your home also, practice the same thing. You smile, let the others smile. And these are just few techniques, but if you follow, I'm very sure it's going to really help you out. Just try to manage a morning routine. Please have your self-daycare rituals every day. Please find time for your own self, at least 1 hour each day. If your husband tells you, please come out and cook, they say, please say that you keep quiet. I am having my self time. I will come out after 1 hour. make clear that you are having those, because your husband will also have that 1 hour for himself then. I'm telling for their benefit, not for anyone, their benefit also. So it has to be a win-win situation, right? And also practice, if you have kids at home, practice these things where you are creating the same simulation like the way it happens in the school or everywhere, and try and bring that to the house, which will help them to cope up with this kind of situation. Have story reading time with your kids, enjoy some dance time with your kids, take videos. You don't have to post it anywhere, but you can just take videos, enjoy those videos, make life more fun. The more every day, you every day, then you unravel a mystery to your life. Every day there is something amazing that you can see. You might just one day feel that, okay, fine, let's try bhindi ka gravy. How does it taste? I know bhindi doesn't have gravy, I mean lady's finger, but you can just make bhindi with, because I made it when I first started cooking. That's why. And it was tasty. It was not that it was not tasty. It was absolutely tasty, but people got a shock that, are ye bhindi ka gravy, what is this now? They never thought that bhindi can have gravy, but I made it, right? Because I put water in it. So do things like that. It might turn out to be magic. Do some cooking where you have not experimented with ingredients because you don't like it, but maybe something different will come out. Same way, give your life little spice during this time and make your life little more magical, give little more importance to yourself, so that it helps you to cope with this situation better. Because that's all that we need. We have to be staying happy. We can't be frowning. We always need to smile. We just need to be excited that tomorrow, how does the day look like? Am I going to have a fight with my husband, or am I going to have a fight with my parents, or am I going to just have a very relaxed time? Because until and unless there is little fighting in Indian household, there is no fun. So fight, enjoy, have some drama. It's like our Ekta Kapoor serials, have some drama. But again, fight the situation in such a way that it will make you more stronger rather than weaker. And all these things that you do, it's very important that it will help you to keep yourself mentally and physically strong for a better future, which will help you to grow as individuals. So that's about it. Please spend time with yourself and enjoy, and keep smiling, because that's the main thing about maintain your well-being. Because once you are fit and fine, you will be able to take care and just knock it out of the roof for everyone else. Yes, that's about from my side. I have spoken a lot. So if you have any questions, I might have bored you also to death, and you might be thinking, okay, where did this person come from? Let's get done with this. But any questions, please feel free to ask.
Wow, what
Thank
a
you, ma'am.
wonderful session,
That
ma'am.
was a nice session, ma'am.
Actually, we would like to
Ma'am.
continue, ma'am. We don't like to stop you. That
Yeah.
much, really.
The presentation also very attractive, ma'am.
Yeah, everything
Yes,
very clear.
Yes.
It's time for interactive session. So if you have any doubts, you can
Any
ask
doubts
now.
can
You
clear.
can clear
Can
now.
you give me like 10 seconds? I'll just plug in my charger, if that is fine.
Yes,
Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
ma'am.
ma'am. Yes, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
You can take your time. So you are having an interactive section now. Means I always told you you should have me time spent. So you can clear the doubts if you have any.
But ma'am, she told everything,
Yes,
every point
Clearly.
So
Really explained every point.
yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
nothing to
That's
add.
really
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am.
So thank you for giving your valuable times to explain each and every point clearly to us. All our queries has been clearly defined to us in a simple way. Still, I want to ask you that there are some situations where we can't control our anger.
Yeah.
We are in such a frustrated situations will be happening in some days. So on those times, we will burst out, and the total situation of our home will be changed, and we
Correct.
will show our anger to our kids also. So it is
Yes.
transferred to our kids. So on that time, both husband and wife will be in a very bad condition. So we will be thinking like, from tomorrow onwards, we will be just an enemies. We will not talk to each other. And how can we overcome such situations, ma'am?
Don't talk. Don't talk.
We'll try
Only
our best, but
Only smile. Ma'am, only smile.
I am just joking. So what happens? You brought out a very important question. I would just link it to something called the locus of control, right? So locus of control is, there are two types of locus of control. One is internal locus of control. One is external locus of control. In internal locus of control, it is everything that we can manage. Okay? The fact that if I have fever, just normal fever, not COVID fever. Normal fever we have, if I have a paracetamol, I know I can manage my fever. But there is something which is in the external locus of control that is outside my managing area. You as humans, you are not super beings, right? You are not Shaktiman that you go spinning around and you create difference. So there are few things which is in the external locus of control, like for example, the COVID cases. Can I as individual, can I spread a magic wand and say that, okay, fine, one fine day, everything will get done? No, I can't. What happens when we start accepting that there are few things which I can manage and there are few things which we cannot? That's when the difference will come in part of your anger also. It's okay to shout out. You have done it in one day and you have realized, fine, I have screamed at my kids, I have this thing, because what you're doing is you are projecting it to something else because you are not able to take it. Maybe you had a fight with your own parents, but you have taken it off on your kids, right?
Yeah.
So it's okay to scream, but again, you have to have the conversation with your child as to why did you scream at them. Don't leave them on a loose hold saying that, "Arey, tere upar chillaya, I have screamed at you," and that's it over. After an hour or so, have that conversation with your child that, no, I did not want to be angry with you, but the situation was that. Even if your child is 2 years old, no, they will understand that, okay, fine, mama was not in a good state. Because that's why I said why conversation is necessary. It's okay to let your emotion out, but don't leave a person hanging thinking that, "Arey, I did not do anything, but mama got upset." So whenever you have that kind of conversation, no, it clears the air out. Then your child will be scared from you and think that, okay, fine, is mama having a strict mood or a happy mood, and how should I approach? Rather, she will be like, it's okay. If Ma is not in a good mood, she will tell me and have that conversation. So they will start accepting your anger then, rather than, and you will see that they are not screaming back at you. You will see there will be a calm state where they are also understanding, you are also understanding, and you are also introspecting. It is very necessary. For example, if I get angry today on my mother without any reason, which happens majority of the days, knowing that happens in every household. But what happens is, like, I get angry and I'm like, I don't want to talk to you. I don't know why I'm in Calcutta right now, because I just come for a few months to Calcutta. And obviously with your parents, if you don't have a fight, it's not a good trip, right? So, but then I make sure that at the end of the day, at the night, when mama is coming, I'm like, okay, fine. I am fine. It's okay. I was a bit upset because my session did not go fine, but I will take little time to tell. But when I tell her, she knows, okay, fine. She was not in the right space. Got it? So the communication is clear. And for everything, no, whether it's your anger, whether you are sad, whether you are extremely happy, the communication is very necessary for that. For example, if you have a breakup, I know majority of you shouldn't have a breakup, but if you have a breakup, for example, have that closure, like the way we want to have that closure. No, why did he leave me? Or why did she leave me? We want to get an answer to everything, right? Same thing happens here. If you have a closure, it closes that day. Or else what will happen? You will keep thinking. It will pile up and it will cause more stress to you. And then another anger, then pile up of another anger, then your blood pressure going high, then you will be thinking, then your hair going gray. You don't want that. You want your hair to be black itself. So that is the thing. So be open towards your communication with everyone. Doesn't matter who is it, a 1-year-old or a 90-year-old in the family, but have that conversation.
Thank you.
I hope I answered.
Yeah, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm having a question.
Yes, please.
My
Anyone.
son was now he's 7 years. Yes, ma'am. 7 years old, ma'am. He's from morning to till evening, he is inside the home only. I will try to occupy him everything. But he has one empty space. He will be simply sitting and thinking something. I know he doesn't think anything. Just he was sitting, and then he was. I know if I ask him to sleep also, he won't sleep. I want to occupy that space. I don't know how to occupy. What to? I want to make him to think properly. I don't know how to occupy that thinking space. What I have to do for
Okay,
that.
I would say that if your child is thinking,
because he loves to play with other children. Yes, ma'am, he's thinking a lot. While doing homework also, he'll stop and then he'll think. If I ask something, what you're thinking, I'm simply sitting. He will say. That space was very. Also, he will think.
And how old is he? 7 years, right? You said.
7. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, 7 years. I am wondering what he is thinking. I am also excited now to hear what he is thinking. Okay, so
yeah,
on a serious
I also asked 11 till 11 o'clock he won't sleep. I will ask him what you're saying. I just simply think. He will just open his eyes and then stare, and then he will.
I think either he is thinking when he can go out of the house and play with his friends, or he is thinking that okay, for what mama will make tomorrow.
He will ask me that one. Yeah, he will ask that one, man. When to go out like that, now he will ask. I don't know what to occupy that space.
Correct. Okay, so I would say that if he writes, no, I know 7 years old, very small, but just give him a small diary or something with blank pages. Just ask him to draw what he is thinking. If you ask him to draw, don't ask him to write. Just ask him to draw what he is thinking. Through those drawings, if you see those, tell him that it's personal. It's his own secret. You're not going to see. But somewhere later, try to see what is the pattern that is being showcased. I'm very sure if he's thinking, I'm quite sure that being 7-year-old, he might be thinking that when you can go out and have an ice cream, why didn't mama make this good food for me? Why didn't mama give Maggie to me? These might be the thoughts basically. So you don't have to get worked up with the thinking process because it happens. It happens with a lot of children and they like to think a lot. I had a kid who loved to think, but when I asked them, I used the same procedure for him and I asked him to draw. And the way those thought process was coming into drawing, it was maybe scribbles also, but you will understand where his thought process is actually going. And then you can again have little conversations with him saying that, okay, fine, what you have drawn, do you want to show it to me? Don't force him, but ask him to just do it by his own self. And you will see that thinking, then he's just not sitting there and thinking, rather he's putting down on a notebook, which will help him also to understand and you also to understand. I lost her. No, I lost her.
Yes, ma'am.
She's not here.
Okay.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. Good evening.
Ma'am, you say children imitate us, parents. I am a very angry person, ma'am. I get angry very suddenly. That's my daughter also. She is 7 years old. My daughter also like me. That angry time I have no what I do. I beat her. I beat her. I pinch her. What I think that I do her. That also, ma'am, same as my kids same as to me. She shouted that angry time. She become angry, and shouted, and she throw anything to in sometimes her hand have toy, sometimes her hand have glass. That she throw. What I do for changing her that character, ma'am?
So here, do you think you have to change her, or do you think you have to focus on your own behavior also is the main thing? So very, very basic, simple. See, your child is there next to you. For example, this is my child. Okay? I get, you know that you get angry all of a sudden. Why can't we take that anger and go somewhere else and utilize, do something rather than in front of the child? The main focus is that the child shouldn't see me doing the same behavior. You can go to your terrace, you can go immediately downstairs, take 5. Very important thing is that because you said that you get angry very fast. No, a very simple strategy when you're getting angry, like I'm feeling agitated, you will feel it that you're getting angry. You're started to get angry, right? So go to the balcony, take 5 long breaths, count 5 in your head. Take a long breath, count 5, cool down, and then come back. But make sure your child is not seeing you.
Okay.
Right? You are fine to express your anger, but again you have to do few calming methods are there. It is very fine with the situation that we are in. It is very logical that we will get angry, but again how we are portraying it to our kids plays a very important role. If from today onwards you make sure that you are not going to show that same anger in front of your child, you will see a difference in her behavior in 5 days. But if you keep doing that in front of her, she is going to copy you and she is going to do the same thing to someone else.
Yeah,
Maybe
ma'am.
not to you, but someone else.
Yeah, ma'am. She doing it to her brother, ma'am.
Exactly. Why? Because she won't be able to do to you because she knows that you're elder to her. She can't slap you. She can't hit you. She can't do anything. So what will happen? She will do something to someone whom she can dominate. And she will execute the same behavior on someone whom she can dominate, and it will go to her brother without any reason. So it's very necessary what kind of modeling, it's called the modeling, parent modeling. What kind of behavior you are showing to her, which she will model and copy from you.
Okay, ma'am. Yeah. I will try, ma'am.
Yes, do give it a try because see, I also get angry. It's not that I'm very sant kind of person that, okay, fine, because I'm a psychologist, I can't get angry. Immediately what I do is I go to the balcony, take 5 deep breaths, I calm myself. I don't come back to the situation until I know that I have calmed myself down. When I know that, okay, fine, now I'm fine, then I come back to the situation. Because then I know if someone says anything, I will again blast. I don't want to blast out again. I want to calm myself down and then take care of the situation again.
Okay. Many times she not concentrate her studies. This lockdown situation, no, ma'am. She not concentrate her studies. Only watching Coach TV. Very addicted.
Okay. So again, here one strategy is that we are following as psychologists is you have a study routine maintained for her. And if, for example, so this is called a negative reinforcement for the child. So you form a study table for her. If she doesn't focus from that, like if the child does not follow the timetable, you take the time out from her watching the TV. Once you start, you are not getting angry, by the way. You're just telling that, fine, you did not do the timetable properly. I am going to take your TV time out. So when you do that for a certain period of time, they will start putting themselves into practice and say that, no, fine, I'm going to do my studies, but you don't take my TV time out. So it is called negative reinforcement. What is negative reinforcement? That you are doing something to increase a positive behavior by taking out something that a child likes to do, but to increase a positive behavior and reduce a negative behavior.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
Okay, so have a timetable, have a routine, like the way have a routine for yourself, the way I said. Don't let the child go off from the routine. Because we have left a child, no, haan, theek hai, school nahi hai, chalo kuch bhi karo, do this, do that. That's what creating a lot of difference. Okay.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
No problem at all.
Okay.
Ma'am, as households, we are getting this much of anger because of the hectic work and mental stress, and when our work are not get realized.
Yeah.
So for that, can we do meditation to get peaceful mind?
Absolutely. But again, like for example, if you are a person who is receptive to meditation, a lot of people, they can't focus on one place and meditate, right? They can't focus on one point. So for them, I would suggest that just practice breathing practices. Inhale, exhale. So if right now also, if you try, close your eyes, just breathe in, count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and move it out from your mouth, like exhale out from your mouth. You will see that there is a difference. You will understand that the pressure that is, so what happens is like the pressure builds up here. So once we release the pressure from our shoulders to the body, to the different parts of the body, and let it out from the body, through those practices, it will help you to calm down. But if you are a person who is fine with meditation, I would say, please go ahead every morning, but do it once you wake up in the morning. and do once while going back to sleep. Then that will help. So that will help a lot, yes. But again, the other strategies for everyone who doesn't like to, like, hota hai na ki I say that, okay, focus on one point, say Om and focus. It doesn't happen for everyone. For them, I have given the other strategy.
I want to know the best time for meditation. So it's good to have meditation on morning while wake up and before going to bed.
Because then you let it yourself out. Why I would say, when you wake up in the morning, no, you feel that, okay, fine, again I have to wake up, again I have to do things like this, again it's the same thing.
All those thoughts will be haunting us.
Exactly. So that is when you are calming yourself down through meditation. And in the night, you will be like, itna kaam kiya maine, so much work I have done for everyone. So again, you are stressed, right? So you're again relaxing the body. So that these are the best times to do the meditation, because your body will accept. And in between, if you find time, just listen to some good music, slow and soft music, and just enjoy, relax, and have a relaxed time also. There is a period of time we call, like, throughout the day, have 20 minutes relaxed time. You can include that in your 1 hour individual time, which will help you to ease yourself out.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Good evening, ma'am. My daughter is also 7 years.
Okay.
She is good in sports. She is good in dance. She is good in everything. She speaks like an older people speaks, like big sentences, big words. So from where she gets these words? She don't have interest in studies.
I couldn't hear you. The last part, I couldn't hear you.
Yes, ma'am. Actually, she is good in everything, but she doesn't like to study. She doesn't have interest in studies.
She doesn't like to study. So, but she's good in everything you said, right?
Yes.
So I would again strongly say that have that kind of conversation, have a conversation with her that what she likes to do in studies. I'm very sure it's not that she hates all the subjects. Maybe because of one subject, she has formed some kind of conception in her head that, okay, fine, karna hi nahi hai. Specifically this period of time when you're not able to go to the school, you're not having that physical presence, it's causing a lot of distress for the kids also. So make the learning more fun. So if there is online learning happening, for example, a concept, very basic concept of solid water, solid, liquid and gas. Okay? You have done it in school, the school has done it its own way. At home, you bring out different things and make it more experiential based learning. You will see your child is getting interested. So for gas, you show how a matchstick and then the smoke which is there. For liquid, you give her orange juice and ask her that, maybe her favorite juice, and ask her, okay, so what is this? So your child would say, can you eat this? So your child would say, no, it's liquid. How can I eat it, mama? So this kind of interaction will help to understand and learn it in a more fun way, that rather than this what kind of rote learning that, okay, fine, solid is da 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 da, liquid is da da da. So instead of going through the typical approach, the traditional approach, let the school do its work, and at home you do the different experiential thing with whatever you have. And you will see there is a difference in the learning. Don't do the same thing that she is doing in school. So why some majority of the times why children is not interested in study, because they feel it's very monotonous. Ek roz ek hi cheez ho raha, it's the same thing. So when you bring little twist to it, no, you starts enjoying it. Do the things which she likes. Through sports, make her understand grammar. Through dancing, make her understand that the instructions that your dance teacher is giving, that includes your vocabulary, right? Until and unless you were enjoying it, you will understand it, you won't be able to do. So try to link the things which she likes to concepts of the studying, but don't term it as studying. We see that, okay, fine, 10 to 12, you have to sit and study. You can spend time with her and make it fun. Your learning time is also done. Your understand time is also done. She is also enjoyed.
Yes, ma'am. We'll try.
Just give it a try, because it's easy with the basic things. I'm not asking you to make a rocket at home and this thing, but very basic thing, just to make her understand, no, learning is like this. It is not just reading the book, but it is something like this.
Yes, ma'am. She wants to spend time at least 5 minutes for studying. Even when she is studying in KG1 itself, she is like, but she is good in everything.
So So that's the best thing, because see, not everyone, I would be very frank, I have been teaching for almost 8-9 years. I have seen kids who are excelling in sports and all, and not liking to study and not giving that effort. Might be if they would have started studying, they would have aced, but they are not. But when you start associating, it's called the association. When you start associating something they like to something they don't like, then the liking things come into place, and then it changes the behavior to occur. So if you pair both of them up, you will see there is a gradual change. Obviously, you have to practice it over time and have those kind of conversation with your child that, see, this is learning. You can, if you want to become athletic, but if you don't know how to understand instructions, how will you become? So give her real life examples like that, chota, so that she understands it.
Yes, ma'am. Sure. Thank you, ma'am. Thanks
No,
for your valuable information.
Ma'am,
yes.
Any concentration tips for children?
Any what?
Concentration. Learning concentration tips.
For kids, what they can do is, again, concentration as per to increase concentration.
They are like to doing, drawing, painting, then singing, dancing, but learning concentration part, it is difficult.
For all these things, okay, fine. So I would say the span of concentration is for kids are usually 20 to 25 minutes. Usually, like now it has got reduced to 15 to 20 minutes, to be very frank. So when you feel, no, the best thing is that you can do is, for example, your child is dancing, you are having a dance class. You know that after 20 minutes, my child might feel little haywire and might just not concentrate anymore. Take her out, give her 5 minutes break, make some juice or something for her, and then let her go back. So give that break time for the child to rejuvenate her energy again and go back and again. Don't make your child sit for a particular thing for more than 30 minutes. Then you will lose your child completely in your concentration bit. Even for adults, if you see, for adults, if you keep sitting like this, no, and learning and listening to a particular thing, you also will lose concentration. You will start thinking, the rice is put in the cooker, the chicken is getting roasted, all these things. So for adults also that happen, but we usually tend to ignore it. But for kids, this is the best thing, where you take the child out, give 5 minutes break time, and then let the child go back to the activity again. So like that, you are managing the concentration level of each kid.
Thank you, ma'am. This is very useful in online learning.
Correct. Because it happens for everyone, just not for kids. For adults also, it's the same thing that everyone faces. We lose concentration very easily because we don't take that break. We feel that ekatte kar denge na, ekatte everything together and we are done. But it's not that. You also need that break from that particular activity to make your work better.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am.
Ma'am, one more question.
Yes.
Okay, ma'am, I have asked about my elder son, my younger daughter. Now she is going to join the school. She has the habit that she is very, she want to do everything by herself. She don't want to make me to sit with her and put that with her. She don't want my help. If now only she is starting doing everything without my help, how she can able to do perfectly, ma'am? First starting she should.
You're such a lucky mother. She doesn't want your help.
Yes,
let him not take help. And
she wants to write also. She will say, I will write. I alone write. You don't want to hold my hand. Like that she will say. She wants to do like.
Very, very strong thing. I would say that it's good that she is not asking. She wants to try and give it a shot, because otherwise kids become very, very dependent. It's good, but obviously, again, you have to make her understand that, okay, fine, here I feel you are going little wrong, let me help you. So you don't say that, okay, fine, I want to help you because you are a child. No, not like that. Let her take that opportunity, because if she is a person who is self-dependent, a lot of kids are like that. And when she doesn't want, she will ask for your help when she wants, remember that always. But if she wants to give that try, don't stop her. Then you will stop her growing, or the growth. You will stop her growth, because then you have that conversation, okay, fine, I think, you know what, your handwriting is getting little messy. Can I help you and can I show you? You are not giving help as a kind of like a crutch hota hai na, when you fall, when you break your leg, and you are not become a dependable crutch. Rather, you are someone where you know that she knows that, okay, fine, mama wants to help, and when mama helps me, I am done. So you are just giving a support system. You are not a helper. Rather, you are acting as a support system or someone to push her to do little better. And I am like, you should be happy that your kid doesn't require, like, is asking and want to try it on her own, which is really good. So appreciate that for her. Because if you keep telling her, no, you require help because you are not doing this, then she will think that, Arey, I can't do it. Kya? Am I so incapable? So the entire thing of incapability comes in.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you.
No problem.
These two things I was very much difficult to handle. I got nice instructions. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Hi, ma'am.
Hello.
Ma'am, my name is Anju.
Yes.
Ma'am, actually, my daughter, she is now 12 years old.
Oh.
She doesn't have any siblings. She's only one child.
Okay.
Actually, she has the feelings that she doesn't have siblings, and she's going out. She's seeing any other kids. You know, she's always complaining that, "Mama, why I am only alone? I don't have siblings." But actually, we can't make it another one. So, what is the tip for her to give her so overcome from that emotion?
First of all, make her feel extremely lucky that she doesn't have a sibling. I also don't have a sibling. I am very happy. I think it again depends on the entire fact that how she is with both of you, right? Both the parents, how she is involved in the probably just the discussion, talks and everything. It is not necessarily, obviously, see, as kids, I have someone known who also is always like sibling. So instead of like, not a suggestion as such, not that I'm like putting in that ye nahi to wo. So a lot of time what helps is that, because it has to be a very clear conversation with the child that see, this is what maybe a sibling is not this thing, but I want you to understand that you are someone who is precious and you need that support also. We feel that you need to be independent enough, and we feel that our headspace should go to you. It's not always necessary to have sibling and then think that, okay, fine, this is how it's going to be. But the child needs to understand that what are the pros instead of the cons. Now the child is telling, I want a sibling. But when the child is in the adolescent stage, no, she will fight with the same person whom she wanted sibling and wanted to adore. Obviously, because of lot of things that takes place. So again, that's a different conversation altogether. But a conversation like, okay, fine, you don't have a sibling, it's okay. Not that everyone has a sibling. There are single child and they see how the opportunities that they are taking, enjoying life. So you have to show her the pros of being a single child, rather than her always cribbing. When she's cribbing about it, instead of saying that, Arey, why we shouldn't have had the second child, make her understand. Making her understand and having, again, for all the basic problems we have in our household, no, it's because of the conversation that we feel we can't have. We feel that, okay, fine, if we have this kind of conversation, it might lead to another issue. But if we start having this conversation with people and giving them the proper thing, that proper outlook, because your child should also know what mama is going through. Mama might not be able to get another child for a lot of reasons, right? So she also needs to be empathetic in that sense. When you have that conversation with your daughter, no, she will easily understand, okay, no, I am fine, I am happy, it's okay. Others have, but I have a strong family support who is going to be there with me.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Okay.
So anyone? So it's time to share the feedback. So everyone can share the experience of today's session.
I like that smile you are giving. It's very intimidating now for me. Am I supposed to switch off?
So everyone come forward.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
I'm so happy, ma'am, you're speaking. Really, I have so many confusion, but in your speaking and you had shared us so many things. We had so many things I want to ask you, but hearing your words and your inspiration, I totally I got everything from you. Really, so thank you so much, dear, because um how this pandemic situation, how we'll overcome this all things. Really, I was thinking, I'm hearing your words. Like that way I can go through. This way I can go through. How will I adjust like this pandemic situation? I will adjust all things. So really, so much thank you, ma'am. You spend this your valuable time with us.
Thank you so much. Those were quite helpful for me. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, really.
Yes, ma'am. Really a wonderful session we had.
We will not forget you,
Yeah,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Really, we
Yes.
enjoyed your class a lot, ma'am.
Thank you.
Very
Thank you so
useful
much.
class.
Yeah, useful.
Very useful class.
Can I make a call to you? Means from your voice itself, I came to know. Means you are such. Means when I called her, no, she was yes, I can do it. Yeah, sure. Yeah, that much confidently and friendly she was talking to me.
Yeah, ma'am,
And
you are so friendly with us. We are so happy to hear your words and voice.
and one more thing, it was very useful your section. Till the time before our webinar, till the time I didn't complete the reports. I have to do that. Means I was not able to concentrate at any activity. Lot of bundle of activities are there. I have to complete that urge to complete it, and nothing is completed perfect. So now I came to know. Means I have to get relaxed first. First thing is get relaxed, then think consciously and do the part. And the self-care part. Self-care part means now everything online because we are not going outside. If we are going outside somewhere, we will have some makeup or something else and we will do good. But we are always doing in the kitchen, taking care of the children, everything all together. That
Exactly.
multitasking purpose. So that self-caring part is means backward. No, now I came to know that we need to
So when you're going for cooking, just dress up and go and cook and see what's your family's reaction. Because when I started wearing the bin, I think at home so you know how it is. You wear shorts down and then if there is your kurta. Not that I have a shorts down now. I'm wearing like full kurta, but then I'm wearing everything and then I'm wearing a bindi and my mother is like, I think something is going wrong. I mean, it's a pandemic situation. Why are you wearing bindi like 24/7? I'm like, no. Only few times just to make me feel good. So yesterday also same thing happened and mother is like, you're sleeping also with the bindi. Are you fine? I'm like, absolutely. It's just that post-COVID stress that I'm going and I'm coping up with.
Yes, ma'am. That is a real reflection, ma'am. It's getting more like a mirror reflection. We feel more fresh.
Absolutely. Yes. Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Really wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
We feel an energetic session, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We got a solution.
And we can see your smile. You always keep that smile in your face.
Oh, thank you.
Always keep your smile.
Thank you so much.
Give us to very confidence.
Thank you. Thank you so much. You know, it was a delight. It was a pleasure to come and speak with all of you, and few of my colleagues also joined in. I was very happy because this was something which was required just not for, as you said, I think SHERIN ma'am only mentioned that it's just not only the teachers or the people who are seeing, there are other people also seeing who needs that kind of little bit of touch and to make that ripple effect. Today I have spoken with you, tomorrow you will go and speak the same thing to someone else and create that ripple effect, and it will continue to make that change. And that is what is necessary.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, it was wonderful and energetic and positive speech, ma'am. It was a positive speech.
Thank you so much. Thanks a lot.
Actually, we joined the webinar with many of doubts, but after your speech, cleared all doubts.
I'm so happy. I'm so happy.
It was a wonderful speech.
Thank you.
No words to say, ma'am. No words. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you.
You didn't give us a chance to ask the doubts we are prepared with. You already
Yeah.
cleared the doubts in the beginning. After that, we are thinking what to ask.
No.
We
But
clear.
every doubt you cleared, ma'am, for us.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
A full concentration was focused on your talking.
Yes, ma'am.
That's 1 hour.
We are looking how your mouth is going, your words all, we are looking eagerly.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Ma'am,
Thanks a lot.
surely
This
we
means
will.
a lot.
Ma'am, surely we will call you next time.
Absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely. Sure. Anytime.
With another topic or maybe in this same.
Sure. Anytime. Please feel free. Because whenever it is, I'm there. Just that I'm going to shift from India very soon. So apart from that, I am all good.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
I wish you all the success and all the best, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Wish you all the
Thank you, ma'am.
success in
Thank
future.
you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Now I am inviting Minnu ma'am for vote of thanks.
Okay. Good evening to all. Honorable Chief Guest, Srimati Guha, Bindu ma'am, Kartika ma'am, Lindsay ma'am, Radhika ma'am, and our one and only lovable faculty, SHERIN ma'am, and my dear friends. I, on behalf of 27th batch, would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to Rising Queens for organizing this valuable webinar, which is providing a golden opportunity for us to learn about all this. Moreover, we are so grateful to Srimati ma'am. With an exceptional skill and intelligence, you have spent your life, your time, knowledge, and energy to share what you know is a great privilege for us. Thank you so much, ma'am, for sharing valuable knowledge to us. You are a woman of your word when you say you want to give back what you learned to the society. You are indeed great. God bless you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, Srimati ma'am. It was very nice session. And even I was a counselor in a childcare organization. But even though I know all the things, but when you are saying it is something new, you are an youngster and it is something new. So it was a very nice session. Thank you for giving all these valuable things for us and our students. It was very nice.
Thank you
Wish
so
you all
much.
the very best. God bless you always with the sunshine smiles on your face. Thank you so much.
Thank you, means a lot. Thank you so much for calling in to all of you who participated today and who saw. Just be happy, spread the smile, enjoy your time. It's okay, we are going to have third wave or whatever it is, but if you have that smile, you will feel a lot of things you have eased out. So just stay safe. Don't maintain social distancing, maintain physical distancing, speak to your loved ones and spread the love and the care. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Actually, we don't want to wind up the session, but still.
Really.
I will see you all soon, hopefully. Let's see. Whenever it is.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you.
Got a very nice energetic psychologist to ask the doubts and clear the doubts, and whenever we need, we can contact. Okay.
Sure.
Yes, ma'am.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Okay.
Can we wind up?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, after national anthem.
Yes.
Ma'am, I'm inviting Jyotsna ma'am for national anthem.